volunteering in the age of coronavirus. Israel is still in a second lockdown now. Only some restrictions have been lifted recently. But even now, this year, amid two separate national lockdowns and a lingering public health catastrophe, volunteers are still coming to Israel from around the world with a specific purpose in their hearts: to help severely disabled and special needs children get the best quality of life that they can, to feel warmth and love, and to get education, cultural activity, rehabilitation efforts, and much, much more. With me now is Sarah Michelle Perez, a volunteer with the Aleh Network. She came 2 months ago from Georgia in order to volunteer with Aleh. Sarah, thank you for being with us. Tell us more about the Aleh organization and how you learned about it in the first place.
Okay, well, I'm Sarah, and I have chosen to volunteer during this pandemic and in Hadat, Tehran. And I'm very passionate of serving and serving others. And I've chosen Israel because it's a very loved nation in America. And I wanted to come during this time because I know manpower is really needed right now.
Sarah, why is it important to you to help these kids?
Because they are the highly incapable and in critical conditions where they need help and assistance with their everyday needs.
And so what does it mean to these kids to see you by their side, helping them learn, helping them play, helping them grow? What does it mean to them? Can you see like the growth on their faces? Do they tell you?
Yes. I think that during these times they're confused because all of our residential, we have 160 residents in Aleh Negev, and I think they can see that there is a little difference during the pandemic. So I think us giving them love and still interacting with them as if having a normal lifestyle and continuing to have the most normal atmosphere around them, and bringing joy and happiness, and even though we're during the pandemic.
I mean, you came from Georgia a few weeks ago in order to do this. Did you consider delaying the volunteer mission because of the coronavirus? Were you scared about getting on a plane, or were you so committed to the Aleh program in the Negev that you wanted to be no matter what?
I was committed, and I'm actually a college student back home, so it was the pandemic and putting a pause on school and leaving my family and coming alone, and I was committed, and I don't regret it. I've had an amazing experience, and I know that the help that I'm contributing here in is really making a difference. I can see it, and I can see that even not just the residents, but also the workers, really, truly, it is making an impact for all the volunteers, not just even from volunteers from Holland, Colombia, Guatemala. We're all lending a helping hand and contributing as much as possible. So yes, I don't regret it, and I was committed, even though we're in a pandemic, more committed now that I know I'm more needed.
Sarah, I asked you before about how your volunteering is helping with the kids. Can I ask the same question in reverse? I mean, how are the kids teaching you and helping you grow?
Well, they're helping me grow because they don't know what's going on in details, and they still have smiles, and they still encourage me as well. They like hugs, and I'm away from home, so having my residents that I'm working with daily and giving them a hug, not only I'm giving them love, but they're giving me love too, because sometimes when you're away from home, you attach yourself, and I've continued to attach myself to them, and yeah, I feel like they're my family now.
I mean, it's incredible work that you're doing. You mentioned you're connecting with volunteers, not just from the U.S., but also from around the world. I mean, what's next for you? I mean, how long do you plan on staying in Israel for, and what's the next for your personal journey?
Well, I plan to stay here for 1 year in Nehalat, Iran, and contribute. Right now, there's a lot of opportunities that I've been able to contribute here. But also, after I finish, I want to see maybe the possibility of extending my stay for more than a year. If not, then continuing my studies to, I'm majoring in biology to become a dentist. So maybe after I become a dentist, come back and clean the residents' teeth and everyone in Israel as well.
How exciting.
Contribute.
Yeah.
Yes.
We wish you a lot of success, and thank you so much for the volunteer work that you're doing and being here in Israel at this time. Sarah Michelle Perez, thank you so much for being part of the show today. Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.